Back now on Bay Sunday, our next guest has been on a personal journey. It started as she was a young girl caring for her suicidal mother, a mother that was hiding a secret of her sexual orientation and the anguish she felt trying to keep that under wraps. She finally did and discovered her own daughter shared that same secret. It's a powerful journey of healing, some forgiveness, and some redemption. Please welcome Chana Wilson, the author of Writing Fury Home. How are you?
Delighted to be here.
So good to have you.
Yeah.
Well, did you have any clue that your mom was kind of hiding this secret all those years, or were you too young to kind of figure it out?
No, I had no idea. Really, all I knew is, as a child, was that my mother was severely depressed. She was in and out of mental hospitals. She had electroshocks, which was in the 50s kind of the treatment for depression. And she came back from the mental hospital on a lot of psychiatric drugs. And that's all I knew about my mother. I had no idea.
And this was all caused because she was in love with another woman, and during the 50s, early 60s, she wasn't about to come out. Is that right?
So what had happened was, and I didn't know this until after I had come out as a lesbian in 1970 and my mother came out, and then came to this astonishing joy, my depressed mother. But when I was a child, when I was a baby, she was lovers with another married woman for 2 years, both married to men. The other woman went in a mental hospital because at that time homosexuality was seen as a mental illness in the 50s.
Yeah.
She came back, they broke up. My mother started seeing a psychiatrist who was trying to get her to adjust to her marriage, which led to her being suicidal because she couldn't really be her true self.
And when did she come out with you? And by that time, she already knew that you were out, right?
Yeah, so I left home. My mother had survived. I moved to San Francisco in the 70s, and I was already involved in the women's movement. I came out as a lesbian, and I actually called my mother from a phone booth on a windy San Francisco hill and said, could you send me my piano music? And my mother said, are you a lesbian? And she had some clues.
Out of the blue, huh?
Yeah. Anyway, she had a very negative reaction at first.
Really?
Because I didn't understand how terrified she was for me, because she thought I might go through some of the maltreatment that she had been through.
But did you have a clue at that point that your mom was hiding the secret? Or
No,
at that point still
no clue
idea?
at all. So she sent me a series of letters and very quickly herself came out as a lesbian, and she came to this astonishing joy. She wrote me this letter that said, I wake up in the morning. This is the mother who'd been suicidal 4 times in my lifetime. I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror, and I am so happy to be alive.
Well, there you go.
And then she came to visit me and told me what had happened in my childhood.
Talk about your relationship with your mom during that struggle, and how did it change after you both kind of were honest with one another?
Yeah, well, you know, I had in a lot of ways been her caretaker as a child. And when my mother became a happy person, she became more of an adult who was able to mother me.
Right.
And we really could go through some
almost
healing
a role
together.
reversal
It was,
later in life.
Yeah, and it was a little hard for me to let go to her because I wasn't used to her mothering me. But she did a lot of therapy herself, and at some point said to me, tell me what it was like in your childhood. I want to know. And I could tell her, and she said, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Tell us, Writing Fury Home, what does that mean? And you wrote the book after your mom passed away.
I did, yes.
Tell us what that was like, and if your mom read the book. First of all, the name. Where's that
Well,
come from?
it's a literary memoir, so there's multiple layers, but I'll tell you one, which is that really it's the journey of, well, you know, when you're a child and you have to take care of a fragile mother, there's this suppressed rage and suppressed need of her that can't be expressed. So really, the Writing Fury Home is the journey of expressing some of that, healing some of that, and coming to forgiveness between us.
Sure.
But there's one other layer, which is that I was a horse crazy girl, and there was a TV show in the 50s called Fury, in which an orphan boy befriends a wild black stallion, and something happens in the book related to that. I won't give it away, though.
Yeah, you want people to buy the book.
Sure.
Absolutely. What's the reaction to the book from the lesbian community and from the straight community?
Oh, you know, I've been getting amazing letters from women for sure, who with the mother-daughter story, but also anyone who grew up with a parent that was mentally ill or alcoholic. I got a beautiful letter from a man the other day. He said, I'm not Jewish, I'm heterosexual, but there were secrets in my family that we never talked about. Thank you so much, because I really feel that this has really opened up feelings for me I wasn't able to express before. So, you know, there's letters from all kinds of people about being moved and helped by the journal.
Why did you wait until your mother passed to write it?
You know, when my mother was ill with cancer, she said to me, it was part of the inspiration was her dying, because she said, I'm going to lick this thing, cancer, and live to write a book about my life. that gave me the idea. And so I thought I was going to write my mother's story, given that I'd taken care of her as a child. And then I discovered, no, I have to write my own story, and she will be in it.
Now, are you a writer by trade? Or is that what you've done?
I'm a psychotherapist. I have been a writer for, 20-some years, 25 years.
How long did it take?
About 12 years.
12 years.
I did many, many rewrites.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And did it all come flooding back to you? Was there more forgiveness? Was there, what kind of emotions did you go through writing such a book about everything that you're all about?
It really took a lot. It was hard. I had a wonderful instructor who said, writing teacher, who said, what's the thing you most do not want to write? And I go, oh no, do I have to write that too?
Yeah.
And so, I was supported, but it took a lot of courage. And then I would write a version, and then I'd have to kind of feel into it and add another layer.
Now, I know you got some book signings coming up. Tell us about those.
Okay, well, the next event I have is Sunday, the 28th of October, Books Inc. in Alameda, and 6 p.m.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to that. And is there another one coming, or are you one
Right
and
now,
done?
I'm actually blogging in Gay Voices on the Huffington Post. So I'm doing short essays right now, which is it's a nice change from a long book. So we'll see what happens after that.
Well, it's been a 12-year journey, and it's a great book. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Chana, thanks so much for coming in. For more information and to purchase Chana's book, log on to writingfuryhome.com. That's it for this week. We'll be back next week with another edition of Bay Sunday. And Akila, I know you're watching. Good to have you back. Take care, everybody.